guys thought about the haircut?
It looks
great.
good.
It's clean.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's excited.
Yeah.
Everybody's pumped up this afternoon.
Ready to go.
We're back. Week 8 of
Week
the
8.
NFL season.
Yep.
Of the DK season.
Mm-hmm.
Rays League season. We haven't talked about his Rays Leagues as much on the pod as we usually have. We are the Pivot. We are brought to you by Vast Bank. And we're executively produced by Toby Biocchini, who might join us in the chat. We hope if you're watching, you join us in the chat. Ask questions along the way. We will stop and answer them. If you're in the chat and you're asking questions and you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. And we're here to build a DK lineup for you. DraftKings lineup, right?
Yep.
Give DraftKings some free sponsorship. How is everybody? How's Juice? Jared?
Good.
We're ready for Hindsight 2020?
Yep.
So what was the week that was for us? I think we had Juice made a little run at the end again.
I did make.
So you've had yourself in a position where you've had two really good plays that nobody was on, and they just haven't produced.
And they busted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twice, 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row.
You were literally in with legitimate scoring chance of winning.
Yes. Don't remind me, but you're right.
Yes. I mean, at least you're in that. I finished in the mid-20s again, but I'm going the high variance route, and I'm planning on going even high variance this week because there's going to be a lot of chalk. What about you, Jared? How did the show end up?
31st. We got 101 points.
Okay. We've had worse weeks.
Yep. Not terrible.
Oh, we've come back from worse. What was what's the hindsight? Where did we go wrong?
Like the Millionaire Maker?
No, that's
our lineup, the show lineup.
Okay.
Or AKA your lineup.
Yeah.
We had Geno Smith, who did just fine, 17.78. Kareem Hunt, which was a hit, 22.3.
Yeah, that's a hit. That's a
Dobbins
banger.
didn't really do it for us.
I think I might go back to him this week.
Metcalf was having an awesome game, and then he got
hurt.
injured.
Yeah, but he still produced.
19.9, yeah, still did good. Drake London did average 18.3.
That was good. I mean, I think that was a good correlation.
Yep. And then Smith Najigba,
He kind of let us down.
he got 5.3.
Yeah. Where's
And
the
then-
volume gone for him?
I don't know. I mean, if
His depth of target this year is non-existent. They're just kind of dinking it off to
Right.
him.
I mean, he had 20 targets in one game.
Yeah.
Where'd those go?
Yeah.
we had Calcaterra,
Yeah, that was a chalky bust for a lot of people.
yeah, 1 reception, 5 yards. And then another injured player,
I
Ayuk.
thought you were going to take a victory lap on Calcaterra. Weren't you whining about Calcaterra at one point?
I wasn't a huge
You weren't
fan.
the fan. Okay.
Yeah. And then we had Ayuk at the flex, who
Got injured.
and he's out for the rest of the season.
And for our listeners who listen weekly, there were a couple bets made between the two of you. I'm
Yes.
sure you're eager to mention
Yes,
those.
I am. Last week, if you listened to the episode, me and Matt made some bets against each other. And one of them was he bet Drake would go under 20.5 fantasy
He
points.
starts with that one. Let's start with the first one.
That is the one. This is the first one. This is the top one of the list,
Okay, so Drake to go over 20.5.
which he did. So
That
one
was
win
good-
for
good
Jared.
call. I give you credit for that one.
And then the next bet was Drake would do better than Jaden Daniels.
Nobody listening thinks that was a good bet. Literally nobody. Like there's nobody.
And I won that one too, but he did get injured.
Thanks
So,
for the caveat on that.
He did get injured.
Everybody probably appreciates that.
Yep. And then the next bet was Matt's bet that Eckler would do better than Tracy, the New York Giants running back. And I won that one too.
I think. I mean, you. If you want to call that a win, yes. Yeah.
Eckler got 3 fantasy points. Tracy got 5.7.
Yeah. It's called arguing over terribleness.
That's like
How many minutes of podcast did we spend talking about those
I don't know.
Because we need to apologize. Because
At least 10, maybe. It was probably fun to listen
Okay,
to.
that's like being the tallest of the midgets.
we'll keep
basically.
the bet sheet going.
So that's 3 victories for me, basically.
Not the
so
best
far.
proof of. So Jared set up my printer. Julio, check out the print job on that.
Yeah, that's the first one.
Makes
That's the first one,
Makes me a
though.
little nervous about it.
As it gets used
Makes me
more,
a little
it'll.
nervous about the future
it'll-
use of the printer.
Kind of glad we can't show that on air.
Let's see here. Let's see.
What about you, Juice? What you were the closest to winning last week. Where'd you go wrong? Where'd you go right?
I had my best week of the season, like in general. Like I won a couple $100. Like it was,
Nice.
it was a good week. I think if you avoided the afternoon slate for the most part, you did well.
Yeah, it's like
All the afternoon games kind of busted.
yeah, they really did. Season long. It's right now. It's do you have one of the injured wide receivers or do you not?
Yep.
And so we got some people come back from injury. We got a lot of new injuries.
Yeah, Puka came back yesterday.
I think we
Yeah.
we could call this and like I've got a sleeper league team where he's stuck on my IR, so they won't let me make any change because he's on my IR. It's kind of annoying.
That is.
Well, there's a lot of chalk this week, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's talk about the Millionaire Maker first. Let's cue that up. How did they get rich last week?
Last week
It was a low-scoring week.
I think it's been a low-scoring season. I mean, our week that we won. We is a loose we. We scored 198.
Yeah.
But nobody's been any close to that, so that has to help us in the season-long standings.
Yeah, this week the winner won $1 million with 183 points.
Yeah, that's probably maybe the lowest I've ever seen.
That's the lowest I think I remember.
So he had Geno Smith too.
Okay.
Kareem Hunt.
Genius. Oh, I mean, look at that. I mean, we were just building
we were
building the Millionaire Maker last week.
We were on the nuts, kind of.
And then Barkley was his second running back at 29.7.
I'm kind of wondering why we faded that last week.
I don't know. He's been consistently good.
Easily said in hindsight.
Yeah. Justin Jefferson was in the lineup with 21.4.
How did he fit both of them in that lineup?
I don't know. Here's another one. Amon St. Brown. He had him too.
So 3 8K players.
Wow. Yep. So, and he got 28.2 fantasy points last week.
Yeah.
And here comes the dart throw. Raymond for Detroit.
Actually, that's a pretty good dart throw.
12.9 fantasy points. Njoku was 4,100.
Yeah, I'm surprised we missed him too. I love him. I'm really surprised I didn't play Njoku last week.
Yeah, he had 23.6. Noah Gray for Kansas City, 2,800. Yeah, and he got 10.6 fantasy points. And then he had the Rams as his defense.
Yeah, the Rams went off.
Oh, okay.
And they got 17 fantasy points.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird how that defense. I've really been struggling with my defensive picks. I bet out of all Rays League's weeks, I probably have a total of 20 points cumulative for my.
Yeah, we had the Dolphins. They didn't do the show lineup, and they only got 3.
Okay, well let's move on. You guys ready to talk about some 50-cent pieces?
Yeah.
This is a portion of the show where we discuss who Vegas thinks is going to go over 50 points, and we discuss maybe the games that we think will go over 50 points. And boy, that cut off quick.
Yeah, it did cut off. Jared had enough.
Did you cut that off?
No, I didn't cut it off.
Yeah.
I was checking to see
no more.
We discuss the games that we think might go over 50 or might not go over 50. We always start off by trying to guess how many games this week Vegas thinks are going over 50. I've done a little research. I know that there are some 50-cent pieces. I don't say I know for a fact how many there are. I have a standard guess. You want to guess first?
Yeah, I'm just going through them real quick.
Oh, you want to look? You want to look the lines real quick?
No, I'm doing it on DraftKings. No cheating. That's why I'm so bad. It's obvious I don't cheat.
That is true. Sometimes it looks like you bring up NBA.
Yeah, I have done that in the past. I'm going to say 2.
That was my guess, too. Did we both nail it? No. Oh, whoa! No! Whoa.
Unless I am missing something, there is not a single 50-cent piece.
There's a couple 49 and a half. I know there's a 49 and a half.
49 and a half.
Yeah, that's Green Bay.
Or Arizona, Miami.
No, that's 6 and a half.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm missing some games here somewhere. But
I think you
2
might
is
be.
back.
2 is back, but right now, if you take their scoring from the season, you'd have to add to get over 50. It would be a lot.
Hold on,
Yeah,
I don't want to
been
mislead the pivot nation here.
Where's our executive producer nation?
47. I'm not seeing. So Jaguars Packers is 49 and a half.
Okay. I think so.
Yeah, that's the that's the closest to a 50-cent piece that there is.
Wow.
Jaguars, Packers. Okay.
That's interesting. That deserves a.
Oof. Yeah.
So let's.
A lot of injuries this week.
Maybe instead of this 50-cent piece, this week we talk about chalk because I think that's going to be a theme of this week.
Let's talk about games you sort of like.
Okay. I like the 49.5 point game to go over.
Yep.
I'll call that a 50-cent piece. What other good games? I was just bringing up our contest so that I
I like Indianapolis, Houston.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
45.5, so not bad. One of the higher games of the week.
And then also Arizona, Miami.
I got one. Philly, Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see any reason why that's not a 50% piece.
Could be a shootout.
Where are we at on that one?
Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, there we go. It's 47.5.
Getting close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting close. I think, yeah, it'll be interesting
Surprised
to see.
Tampa, Atlanta could be. Well, if Tampa didn't have all the injuries, I think
Yeah,
that would have been a 50.
I mean, their receiving core is
That's what I'm saying. Short of that, I think that would have been a 50%
That's
piece.
45.5 still.
Yeah, I mean, you put Godwin and Evans in
There's
that
a lot of value out there this week.
That's what I'm saying. This is the chalk week.
Mm-hmm.
We got to
Would you
make
say this is a Stars and Scrubs week?
I would say so.
I'd say there's a possibility of being. I'll tell you this. I'm going anti-chalk this week. I'm not playing one guy that I'm going. I want to see how low ownership I can get on my roster.
With all the injuries, since we were talking about this game, who's going to be the guy in Tampa Bay? Because they're out Mike Evans
I can
and
tell you that the chalk is
Godwin.
going to be. I mean, we'll save that for guess the chalk.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll save that for guess the chalk. We'll see if I'm correct that I think there's going to be some drastic chalk this week.
Okay.
What game you like, Juice?
You know, I think it's I've sort of fallen in love with Jordan Love this year
Makes sense.
from a fantasy perspective.
I can see why.
The problem with Jordan Love is who do you like? It's almost like Russian roulette with his receivers.
That's the hard part.
Yeah.
Like it's not concentrated, right?
Yeah.
And so it's hard to figure out who to pair him with. But I like the Jaguars in that game with Brian Thomas, BTJ, and even Evan Ingram is coming on as well.
I like Ingram too.
So
Just a little industry talk. The super stack has become very popular, right? And even in cash. You know what I'm talking about? Just playing everybody from a team.
Yeah.
Like
like
playing.
almost game stacking.
Yeah, they're just going on the idea this game's going to outscore any other game, and I want every piece I can of it.
Yeah.
That's not a tactic we haven't tried yet in building a lineup. The week we won, the first time we ever won, we stacked a Seattle, San Fran, and we had every angle of that game. I think you could pretty
I
much.
think so.
Yeah. Anyway, it's an idea. I'd look at it some. I haven't found a game that not having a 50. The thing is, with all these games being middling 40s, it's hard to pick the right game.
Right.
Finding that right game.
And speaking of Jordan Love, every single game that he's started this season, he's thrown at least 2 touchdowns.
Wow. Yeah. I think that the Sunday night game could be kind of, San Francisco Dallas could it be a sneaky scoring game?
Again, another game kind of riddled with injuries, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Debo, is he going to play?
I have no idea.
Ayuk, you mentioned he's
He's
out.
He's out for the season.
We got Jennings who boosted up when both of those were out.
Yeah.
So-
He's questionable too. I think.
Wow. So there's some more chalk, some super chalk. Whoever's catcher. I mean,
Who's that
Kittle.
rookie, Pearlson, that got shot?
So this
early?
is something we're gonna have to
Pearsall.
remember is
Pearsall?
Pearsall. These guys aren't going to be in guess the chalk, so we can't be guessing San Francisco players, even though
Right.
there's going to be some chalky. I think in our that's just the thing with Rays League being a Sunday Monday league. We don't really get to see how chalky some of these Sunday Monday plays are.
I will tell you.
I'll tell you, Sunday Monday is not very much played. Nobody's playing that in Rays League.
Well, I think the Monday night game is one of the lowest I've ever seen, like in recent memory. It's 36.5.
And that's the Giants and who?
It's the Steelers and the Giants.
Ask me
Steelers
which
and the
game I
Giants.
have stacked right now.
Is it that game?
I told you I'm going anti-chalk. Going directly.
So you got some
anti-
neighbors,
Got neighbors. I got some Pickens.
Russell Wilson maybe?
Some Daniel Jones. Screw Russell Wilson. No, Daniel Jones. Anyway, right now I'm going.
I mean, Russell Wilson looked good.
I could flip to Russell, but I think I get some savings with Daniel Jones. Plus, I think there's more rushing with Daniel Jones.
How mad would you be if you were
Fields.
Fields?
Yeah, I'd be.
He
looking.
really did nothing to
I'm
lose
surprised
that
they're
job.
not shopping him around for somebody that. I mean, there's some.
There's got to be some good players.
You know who could really use Fields? The Jets.
The Jets?
I mean,
Or
if
like
they-
the
if the-
like the Raiders.
If the Jets only had a functioning quarterback. I think it's hilarious.
I've always maintained that Aaron Rodgers is the most overrated quarterback in NFL history.
They're the same team they were without him last year.
Yeah.
They're literally the same
They're
team.
not any better.
He might be overrated, but he is the best at throwing Hail Marys and actually making them happen.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
I didn't know you won Super Bowls for that play.
Well, I guess he's 1-1.
Our executive producer has made an appearance.
He's 1-1. He's
Yeah.
1-1.
Toby?
All those teams,
Yeah.
he's 1-1.
One.
Yes.
We got Toby in the chat.
Hi, Toby.
Low scoring week. Packers, Jags over under 49.5. He likes that. Injuries lead to cheap players.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cheap players.
Absolutely.
I mean, we almost could have a whole segment on value.
Yeah.
Because I think there's going to be some good debates, right, on where you spend the value. Okay, let's just, I'm eager to guess the chalk. You guys
Let's
ready?
do it.
I am not
Well-
eager to hear how you guys do with the chalk.
Because you think we're going to do
I
good.
think it's going to be bad.
You think we're going to do bad?
I think it's
I
going to be
do.
real
We're going
bad.
to show them wrong. We're
The-
gonna
the-
show 'em wrong.
if you guys do well, you've done a lot of homework.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Well, I've done a
Okay.
little.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Poquito.
Well, I got two guesses.
Okay.
Oh, wow. We're already,
Quarterback,
he's
right?
already,
On
you're
quarterback,
just ready,
yeah.
ready to fire. Wow.
Where is
Whoa, hold on. Let's get some buttons ready. Let's go. I'm
ready?
about to whoop there it is button just because
Okay.
I'm so thinking you're going to hit you're going to hit number one right off the bat.
Bo Nix?
Wow.
I told you my boy had it. I
Uno.
told you he
Yep.
had it. I knew he had it.
Wow.
I knew he had
I'm
it.
impressed.
I'm going to go with love number 2.
Wow.
Wow. I mean,
you
what
guys are.
He thought we weren't going to do good.
He thought, yeah. He
This is
thought
the best you've ever done.
He thought it was going to be
After
real
the first
bad.
two guesses. Okay.
I think we should probably quit rolling right there. We should just probably.
Stop while we're
we should end
ahead.
the podcast right now. Okay, so number 3.
Trevor Lawrence.
Did he get it?
No.
No, he's 4 or 5.
He's like 10th.
Oh, wow. I thought Lawrence was higher. I would have thought
I-
Lawrence
I-
was higher.
The reason why I guess is because that
Who's
game's
playing
the
Carolina?
highest.
Not a bad guess. I mean, he's up there. He's not.
I'm going to
Number
go.
3.
This is kind of an odd one. I think he's going to be in the top 5, though.
Can I give you a hint? His name has been mentioned.
Oh, we've already mentioned him. Ooh.
I can't remember who we mentioned.
Well,
Unless it was Geno Smith.
Russell Wilson.
No.
Okay, I didn't really think it was.
He's
Russell.
not on
He's
the
not
main
on the
slate.
slate, so
Yeah.
I don't. I was like, I don't really think it was Russell Wilson. I have a guess that we haven't mentioned. So hold on.
My confidence left
You
me after
have
the first
mentioned.
two guesses, so I have no
You
idea.
have mentioned this quarterback. Briefly, but you mentioned it.
Jared, thoughts?
Daniel Jones? Well, he's a Monday night game.
Yeah, off
Whoops.
the
It
slate.
would not be a show without Jared guessing. someone
I
off the
guess
main
off
slate.
the slate first.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Drake May.
No.
Okay, I didn't think it was Drake May either. Okay, tell us who it is. Give it to us.
Marcus Mariota.
Oh,
I
that
do
makes-
like Mariota.
That makes
I do
sense.
like Mariota this
You
week.
did briefly mention
I
Mariota.
did. I like
okay?
him this week too.
See,
He's
I
gonna-
listen to you guys. You guys don't like
I would
listen to what you
have.
say.
You know what? I never scrolled down low enough to get to Mariota.
Yeah.
Yep, he's pretty cheap, 5,300.
Okay, number 4. You also mentioned this quarterback.
Geno Smith?
He's number 6.
Okay. I have no idea.
I don't.
Let's see here. Oh,
I think Caleb Williams should be highly owned, but
He's, I think, 9th.
okay.
is it Aaron Rodgers?
Yes, number 4.
Wow, who's playing Rodgers?
I don't know. The chalk is.
Yeah. They get all that. They get
Aaron
all-
Rodgers, Mr. Quarterback, who has not thrown for over 300 yards in 24 straight starts.
I mean,
Wow.
does anyone even expect him to throw over 300 yards these days?
But he does have Devontae back.
I think he'd be happy with like 200, 220, right? Okay, let's move on to running back.
Let me real
Finish.
quick. If you were Devontae Adams, why would you go to the Jets over the Chiefs?
Was that a choice?
Was that an option?
I think they could have made it work.
They said Buffalo. They couldn't have. That Buffalo was. I heard Buffalo was not an option. Because can you imagine not picking going to play with him versus Aaron Rodgers? Like,
yeah, I mean,
The romance must be real for
Yeah.
for
I
Adams.
you don't want to go play with Josh? You know, like we're just gonna play with
or
Aaron Rodgers.
Mahomes.
did you
if
guys
that was a
watch
thing.
Wide Receiver on Netflix?
No,
Oh, it's really good.
I've heard it's good. I've heard good things.
I haven't watched
It's
it.
really good. I will say Devontae does not come across as like the best team player.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's likable. He's just not, in my opinion, all about winning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he made a choice that he won't keep winning.
Yeah.
Okay, round out the top 10 for us.
Okay, so Joe Burrow, number 5.
That Burrow's my next guess.
Gino is 6. Jameis Winston.
I'm surprised we're not. Lamar Jackson's just killing it this
He's
year.
strong.
I am excited to see Jameis back.
I'm really excited.
I think that has to be good for some of the Cleveland junk.
Yeah.
That has to be.
However, their number 1 guy is gone, right?
Yeah. Well, they got a new number
Amari
1 guy.
Cooper?
We got new number 1 guys.
Yeah.
Was it Tillman?
Tillman is.
He's the alpha now.
He was going to be my some of my value talk.
Or
for sure.
Njoku.
Yeah.
I think Njoku's definitely.
Tillman had 12 targets last week.
Yeah.
Anthony
And
Richardson.
he's only $3,300.
Wow.
Caleb Williams, and then can we play this guy anymore?
Who's
Patrick
playing?
Mahomes?
Who's playing?
No.
Who's watching football and decided Anthony Richardson is the guy they want to squeeze in?
I don't know. And Mahomes too. He's been like his team's good. He's
No Hurts. Did you say no Hurts?
Nope. He's way down there. He's also fairly expensive.
True.
Just in comparison to everybody else.
Do you think there's gonna be a week this week where you actually play Mahomes in fantasy football?
No.
I just can't do it right now.
Part of me thinks we just got to squeeze Lamar Jackson and just do it. I mean, do you see him having?
He was so good last week.
I mean, do you see him having a bad week suddenly? I just.
I mean, that might be a
What, did he
sneaky
throw
game
5
stack.
touchdowns?
That's what I'm
Baltimore,
saying.
Cleveland.
That offense is primed right now.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, you can talk me into a game stack there.
I mean,
no problem.
I'd do Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry game stack, but that's for later in the show.
Maybe.
Let's discuss running back chalk.
Okay, running back. I think you guys will do okay. Number.
I know. I think
I'm going to
I-
give you
I
guys.
got-
I'm going to give you guys a big hint.
I got one.
The top two.
Don't give me a hint. I don't need. No hint needed.
okay,
Brees
okay.
Hall.
Number 1.
We're not even clapping anymore. We moved from claps to the.
I will be shocked,
To-
impressed, blown away if Jared gets number 2.
Is it Josh Jacobs?
I thought he had it. Joe Mixon.
Oh.
Joe
Said,
Mixon.
I was like, oh.
I would have thought Mixon.
Is he up there?
He's like 10th.
Jacobs, I think, is a great anti-chalk play if you want to go away from the.
They're
Green-
against Jacksonville.
He is in my anti-chalk lineup right now.
They're probably going to get way ahead and then just give the ball to him over
That's
and
a
over
game
again.
script type, play. I think
Yeah.
is Josh Jacobs. Yeah. Number 3 is former fan favorite of the show. We played a lot of him in years past.
Is it Derrick Henry?
Think about who has been the chalk so far.
I like these hints. It's like, think.
Who's quarterback number 1?
That was a long time ago.
It was. Is it okay? So it's,
Javonte Williams.
Yeah,
is-
Javonte
yeah,
Williams.
that makes sense. He's
Yeah.
he's probably a good play.
Yeah. Okay, number 4.
Yeah, against Carolina.
I feel
Kind of coming back into our lives a little bit.
like Kenneth Walker III should be somewhere up
Number
there.
4 and number 5 are preseason darlings in best ball. Maybe not Maybe I'm
Tank Bigsby.
no.
A-Chain.
Achane is 5th. Yep.
And then, James Cook,
Rashad White.
Rashad
White's number
White.
4.
I think Rashard White's a smart play. I think a lot of people are going to go to Otten and McMillan, and I think White's going to get just a dump off after dump off.
Well, he had 29 fantasy points last week. I had no idea.
They just kept dumping it to him.
So
All 3 running backs had fantasy production
Yeah.
last week.
potential flop flag play of the week, J.K. Dobbins at number
I think I
7.
might play Dobbins. He's anti-chalk.
Tony Pollard is 8th. Our boy Derrick Henry is 9th. And Josh Jacobs rounds out the top 10.
I like Jacobs.
I do too. I like him this week.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on. Wide receiver. It's always a little tough.
Wide receiver is
Where it starts to get tough. I think there's one. There's one.
wide receiver is. I will tell you, the top 15 is like.
There's one glaring, huge, I think, potential spot. Should I go for it, Jared?
Yeah, just go
I mean,
ahead.
I've hit every number one. You sure you don't want to try to take away my?
I got Bo Nix, so I got one.
Oh, you did get one. McMillan.
Not a bad guess. Number 6.
I just get a clap.
Number 6.
I thought for sure it was him.
Is it Brian Thomas Jr.?
Oh, that's not a bad guess. That's a good play. Not a chalky play.
Gosh.
Wow. No, seriously? Well,
Yeah.
good. He might enter my anti-chalk lineup.
Yeah, why is
Is
nobody
he not on
him?
the main slate for some reason?
Oh, is he?
Oh, is
they're-
that Jackson? Oh,
Are they in
wait.
Germany this week? No, they surely Jacksonville.
No, they're yeah. I just because I saw the game on here. Yeah, they're in the main
Yeah,
slate.
they're-
Green Bay, Jacksonville.
Yeah, no, he's not.
That's
Wow.
surprising.
That is surprising.
That is very surprising.
Wow. I don't know who. I'm perplexed. I really thought it was.
I'm shocked at number 2. Shocked.
Who do we decide was number 1?
Well,
Yeah.
Well, number 1, if you think about it, it's very, very
Oh,
obvious.
Tyreek Hill.
Correct.
Oh,
This is the cheapest he's been in.
oh 7,000.
Waddle
Yeah.
might be number 2.
He is number 5.
Okay. Well, at least
Wow,
we made.
$7,000
So
Tyreek Hill.
why do we think this is? Because their quarterback is back.
Yep.
Yeah,
Tua is back.
There's a lot of chalk. Miami's part of it. There's some Cleveland part of it. There's Tampa's got part of it.
Tyreek Hill. There was a video of him saying, "Start me this week. We're back, baby." So,
Yeah.
Well,
He says a lot of things, though. By the way,
He's
I just
usually
want to
right, though.
mention. He's usually right.
What about him being good in a week? If he's
I
confident.
don't know if he said before the game with this he had that 2 games ago he said that he was confident that he was going to do just great and had like no fantasy points.
Well, compared to his other weeks, no, I remember what week you're talking about. He did have 9.9 fantasy points.
Okay, well.
But the other ones were quite bad.
What percentage of ownership are they showing? How high are they showing the percentage?
yeah, 21%.
That's large.
That's pretty high for a receiver.
Pretty large.
Number 2 is, you guys are going to have to explain this one to me. I don't really get it, but I'm just going to say it because I don't think you guys are going to get it. Lad McConkey at number 2?
Yeah, he's been banged up.
I mean, I don't
Who are the
see
Chargers
that.
even playing?
The Saints?
I don't understand it.
That's a weird one.
That's perplexing to me. Number 3, you can absolutely make an argument for T. Higgins.
I mean,
Yeah.
McConkey is cheap, I guess.
How cheap is he?
5,100. Yeah, that's got to be the play. I guess the salary. He is clear cut number 1 on the Chargers right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I like the Higgins play, by the way.
The Higgins play is nice. He's outproducing Chase for the most part so far, and you get a big salary discount. Back in our lives, Drake London number 4,
He's just been solid all year.
Yep.
and then you mentioned this guy Matt Jalen Waddle at number 5.
Let's go top 10 with wide receivers.
Okay, this is where it gets interesting. So Jalen McMillan is 6th. Sun God is 7th.
He'll steam up. McMillan's going to steam up. How's Tillman not in there?
Hold on. Jalen McMillan is 7th. Amon-Ra is 8th. Tillman is 9th. And your boy,
Who's my boy?
Jake Bobo is
Oh,
number 10.
I'm a big Bobo fan.
Yeah, your boy, Jake Bobo.
I drafted him in my keeper league, but I had to cut him. Yeah, I'm surprised I don't have Jake Bobo in my lineup, to be honest.
Yeah.
back in our lives.
How cheap is he?
$3,300.
We could play Tillman and Bobo and McMillan and just play everybody else we
We
want.
could. I don't know how confident I'd be in Bobo though.
I mean, let me give you some other cheap receivers. Okay, so Brian Thomas, I finally found him. He is 5% owned.
That's ridiculous.
He's
Doesn't make
way
sense to
down
me.
there. I'm going to say a sneaky play I like, Amari Cooper.
Okay. Yeah, he scored touchdowns. They seem to be.
6K against Seattle.
They seem to want to justify their trade, right?
Yeah, I mean, he looked good with Josh Allen.
Yeah, he looked good, and so did Keenan Coleman because the number 1 cornerback is no
yeah.
longer guarding him. He had 4 receptions, 125 yards
Is
last
Keenan
week.
Keon's twin brother?
Yeah,
Yeah,
He's gonna play football for him this week.
That guy's like 6'6" too, right?
Yeah, he's pretty tall.
Yeah.
Former basketball player at Florida State, right?
He's better than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
You didn't think he was going to be good?
He's a little slow. The 40 times scared me a bit with
Yeah.
him.
What's that guy saying? Dell or
Hello, Josh.
Dell or Stevenson this week, both giving me a headache. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not a big. You know me. I'm not a huge Tank Dell guy for some reason. Stevenson. It's hard to argue.
I think Dell's gonna have a big game. There is a.
He came to the right place to get some Dell love.
I think he's gonna have a big game, and this might be one of your last opportunities before Nico Collins comes back.
I was going to say, I think this is a put up or shut up week for
Yeah.
Tank Dell. Like either he either he does something this week or you can kind of write him off for
Yeah.
the rest of the year.
Even though I'm not a Tank Dell
Historically,
fan,
Houston wide receivers have done very well against the Colts.
I would play Dell.
Yeah.
I would play
Joshua, thanks for the question.
Yeah.
Would appreciate a like.
Like and subscribe. Tell
Subscribe.
your friends.
Yeah.
Keep watching. We'll be here Fridays.
Any more questions? Shoot them out, man. We're all good.
Okay, where were we?
We're just receivers. So some other cheapies, I guess, that are showing up. Jerry Jeudy, 4,800. No thanks.
Yeah, no thanks.
played him
Trey
last week.
Palmer, Tampa Bay. They've got footballs to throw around, 3,500.
It's not bad.
Trey Tucker, Las Vegas, 4,400. Demario Douglas seems to be doing pretty well.
He hit a bad week last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was sick. He like started out hot, but then they took him out because of an illness.
Okay.
Kind of scrolling down a little bit further. Our boy Olamide Zacchaeus, 3,600.
Who's he play for now?
Washington.
Okay. I didn't realize that.
And then Elijah Moore, 3,700 bucks. Kind of scrolling down even
I
further.
kind of like Tillman better if I'm playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Tillman a lot better.
Okay, let's talk some tight end defense real quick, and then we start building this lineup.
Tight end, I think you guys will do well. So you probably will.
You want me to
squeak
just go ahead and
through
tell
each
you the answer? I
Yeah,
think
go
I
ahead
know.
and tell us the answer.
Otten.
Number 3.
Oh, well, that's a clap. I thought
I for sure thought you were going to nail number 1.
I thought Otten was it.
He's been mentioned.
Njoku.
Yeah.
Number 2 has been mentioned as well. Briefly, but mentioned.
Ingram.
Yes.
He's a good play.
Matt's starting to listen. I love it. I
That's
love it when
good.
Matt listens.
I'm dialed
I
in.
feel heard when Matt listens to me.
Kittle's not on the docket. Or on the docket. I just went legal talk. He's not on the slate, but I think he'll steam up in the Sunday Monday ownership.
Who's number 5?
Bowers.
Number 4.
Yeah, he's got to be up there. Just incredible.
Number 5.
You know, he's
is-
on pace to break Nakua's rookie
I
reception
heard
record.
that. That's pretty impressive. If he could just get some touchdowns, he'd be just a monster right now. Number 5 is a DFS favorite.
Huh.
I got the yawns too. Why we all got the yawns?
I don't know.
We're bored by our own show.
DFS favorite. Pitts?
Number 6.
Correct.
Not 5.
He is a part of a power couple in the NFL.
McBride? I have no idea.
Power companies is now just throwing off.
Who would even be a power
Kelsey.
couple with?
Yes.
Oh, Kelsey. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Tight end's
he's
tough.
I think my hints are so good, and you guys just whiff.
That's
on
because
them.
we're you can tell it's Friday for both of us. I can't.
Golly. Okay, I'm going to round out top 10.
Yeah,
Grant Calcaterra is 7th. Hunter Henry has been coming on with
Yeah.
your boy Drake May.
yeah.
Tucker Kraft, and then Will Disley.
I like it. Let's talk defense real quick. I'm not gonna guess at defense because 1, I don't care, and 2, I have no idea who their public's gonna play at defense.
There is a resounding number 1.
Denver.
Is he
No.
right?
No, he's not.
Where's Denver? Does he get a
If
clock?
it's a resounding 19th, then yes, it would be Denver.
Well, everyone's a little bit stupider than I am, then, I guess.
I like Denver's defense. I think they're. Hold on, I'm gonna figure out who it is.
I don't think Denver's
Chargers.
number 2.
Okay, I get a clap. Wow,
Who's this resounding number 1, then? Let's see here.
If you think about it, it'll make sense.
Is Kansas City cheap this week?
no,
No?
it's somebody who's playing somebody terrible.
I wouldn't say they're terrible.
Chicago.
I like Chicago.
They're going up against Marcus Mariota. We
Yep.
have to prepare for him.
He's not a big turnover machine though. That's the thing. Andy doesn't drop back a lot, so
He doesn't drop back a lot. He can throw a touchdown to himself.
I mean, they are big time chalk. They're like 19%.
And they're good. They're good price for who they're playing.
They are a good price, but I think I'm going to stay away from them.
I like the Chargers playing. Anybody playing Rattler.
I'll tell you a team I like are the Ravens at 3,400. We know Jameis Winston's going to throw a couple picks.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot.
Probably true.
I mean, he'll probably throw 5 touchdowns, but he'll get two interceptions, maybe 2 pick sixes.
I wouldn't be surprised if Denver is the highest scoring defense again this week because Bryce Young is throwing the ball.
That's not a bad guess. Okay, well, I think we're ready to build.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Sorry about the yawns. Long week, long work week. Okay, I'm excited to hear who. I feel like I said this last week. I feel we got a lot of cheap value this week.
Yeah.
A lot of chalk. We talked about there's going to be higher ownership than we've seen, more concentrated ownership. So I'm kind of excited to see what you guys bring to the table. Jared, we generally let you go first. We do before as we build. We talk about lock and loads.
Mm-hmm.
Your, as we call it, your insertions maybe. Do we have anybody that we just feel like has to be in the lineup?
I mean, I've got some strong opinions.
I mean, obviously we can wait for the guys we like. Is there somebody that has to be in the lineup?
I think it makes sense that you lock in Tyreek Hill at $7,000.
I mean, you're gonna get to tell your children that you played Tyreek Hill at $7,000, right?
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. That's
But part
I
of me,
remember the day.
part of me thinks that this might be bust of the century, though. Like,
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't
you like
think
it?
so.
Or you got it endorsed?
I mean, the only way I think it busts is if Tua is just a shell of himself.
Yeah.
No, I think he comes. I think I almost played Tua in my lineup. I mean, he's gonna be low owned, and I think. I mean, if everybody loves Hill, why don't nobody love Tua?
And he won't be sliding head first anymore, so we don't have to worry about that.
I think they come back, and it's a good matchup for him, right? I mean, it's Arizona at home.
It's a great matchup. I don't know. It's hard.
I'm not asking to play Tua in our
Oh,
lineup.
no, I don't
Yeah.
have to play Tua.
You don't want to play. I mean, do you want to play Tua?
No, I'm fine with just Tyreek Hill and then just calling it good.
I think he is a lock and load.
The only way I would play Tua is if I double stacked with Waddle or something.
Yeah.
That's not a bad play. I mean, there's certainly worse ideas. I'm not saying we should, because there's a lot of good plays.
I'm okay with putting Tyreek in there.
He's in.
Yeah.
We can certainly fit him in, I think.
Yeah.
With all the
7,000.
salary savings.
So, do you guys want to guess in Raise League percentage of ownership for Tyreek?
I'll say 35.
I'll go over.
50%.
Oh, I'll go over and over.
Still?
Yeah,
Wow.
put it right
over
down.
50.
I mean, I don't know.
Right.
If I wanna
No,
bet
you
again.
said a
I don't have
line.
pen.
No, you put it. Oh, he doesn't have a
I don't have
pen.
a
He
pen.
conveniently doesn't have a pen. Okay. Well,
I didn't have a pen last week. This came from my brain.
Okay.
Let me have a pen.
So you took what's the, I can't remember the bet. That's how good my brain's working.
You're
right?
saying 50. Tyreek Hill is going to be over 50% owned
in Raise League.
in Rays League.
Yes, I will take that bet. I like it.
That's high.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay, it's $10. You got $30 credit you're
Yeah.
working on.
Yeah. So no pen.
No pen.
You can just write it down here, I guess.
I'm allowed. If you say something, I'm allowed to bet it. That's the rule.
Yeah. Sounds
You make
good.
a statement, I'm allowed to bet it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's just want to get these rules established on our game here.
Well, you got to let me accept it because I say some pretty weird things
No,
sometimes.
if you say it.
Last time I said I think Chase Brown's going to get multiple touchdowns. I wouldn't have taken that bet if you would have tried.
I would have had to give you
It
odds.
was right.
On that one, I would have given you odds. I mean, obviously, that's not an even money bet to get multiple touchdowns. Okay. Juice, you got a lock and load? Do you think there's somebody we have to insert in the lineup? Or are you just going to build?
I think I'm ready to unleash my quarterback.
Okay, let's hear it.
So I'm a little bit bummed that Jaden Daniels is injured this week.
That was going to be who you're going to fire?
Here's where I'm going with this. I was bummed because I was looking forward to seeing Caleb Williams and him square off.
Oh yeah, that
I
would've
like
been fun.
Williams this week.
I love Williams. This week.
I'm with you. It almost scares me how much I agree with you.
He's 6K.
He's going to be low owned.
Coming off 2 monster games. This is maybe his opportunity to take the Rookie of the Year title by the throat. I think Chicago is going to showcase this kid.
What do you think, Jared?
I like Caleb Williams.
Washington's defense is terrible.
They're not terrible.
They're bad.
They were ranked above middle of the ground. I was checking the rankings the other day.
They're 19th.
They're not good.
So that's above middle.
It's
like
not,
right in the middle.
but
It's bottom half.
it's close.
Yeah.
We'll give it to you. Who was your stack? I want to hear who you were thinking.
I guessed Bo Nix because I liked Bo Nix.
He's going to be highly owned, I think.
He could be.
Bo Nix, when nobody's playing him, I think is a good play. When Bo Nix, when everybody's playing him, I have a little bit of fear.
Here's what I think could potentially happen. Not saying that I'd bet
He'll
it.
Score 8 points.
I'm saying that I think that he has an opportunity to rush over 100 yards this week.
I will take that.
I said I won't bet this one.
Write
No, I'm not going to bet. I'm
Write
not
that
doing
one
it.
down.
Can I get onto this one?
Yeah, right.
Can I get in on this action?
Wait, you
I
said
want a part
that.
of this bet.
You said that on the Drake over Jaden Daniels.
I
last week.
want
Okay,
part
so
of
are
this
you
bet.
now? Are we taking the bet?
I'll take it if I get odds.
Oh my God.
Okay, I'll give you 150 to 1.
No, it's not enough.
45 to 30.
Let's do 2 to 1.
It's 15 to 10. I'm not doing you 20 to 10.
Dude,
Why
Lions.
not?
Okay,
Bo
fine.
Nix is not
Yes,
going to run
okay,
for over
fine.
100 yards.
20 to 10. Yeah.
Okay.
Write it down.
I want part of this bet too.
Yeah, okay, well, we're
Wait, I
splitting
have
this
to.
action.
Okay, you're splitting it. Okay.
Yes.
Bo Nix runs over 100 yards.
Okay, so
2 to 1. And then also, I think that he could still throw for 2 touchdowns as well in this game.
that I think there's a better chance of.
He ran for
He
75
looks good.
yards.
I've got him in a keeper league.
2 weeks ago, and then nearly 50 last week.
Yeah, nearly 50, but we're just going to jump to 100. Okay, I think he's a good play. I think he's going to be, to me, I don't want to play highly owned Bo Nix. But
I mean, would you rather play a chalky Bo Nix at 5,600 or
53.
I see him 56.
Or maybe I saw it wrong.
they change. If you're not looking in the Sunday Monday lineup, it changes.
That could be it. He's 5,600.
Oh, no, you're right. It's
raised.
56.
Or a 6K Caleb Williams, who's just lighting the world on fire right
He's
now.
making a good argument here.
It is a good
And
argument.
much lesser owned. I mean, that's the other thing. Like, he's way lesser owned. I don't know. That's just me. But
You can listen. We'll get a lot of good bets on Bo Nix so that you have the I told you so. Fact, I like. I'm gonna put Caleb. Are you good with Caleb? You okay with
Yeah, I'm
Caleb?
fine with Caleb.
Okay, he
What
is.
did Toby say up there?
Toby got.
rushing.
I'm
in on the under. Yes, Toby is a wise man.
It's going to be great whenever he runs
We're
for
gonna.
100
You know what?
yards.
We're gonna tell how many people are listening by how many people
Toby-
jump in on this bet.
Toby, and you might be able to see this. Guess who won every single one of these?
He doesn't care. He knows
This
the very
guy. This
small
guy.
sample size.
This
Very
guy.
small. Okay. Are we pairing Caleb with anyone?
I would love DJ Moore.
Okay.
Or we could go Cole Kmet. I wouldn't even mind double stacking him, to be quite honest.
So that would have us not playing the chalky K Dot.
I'm good with that.
Okay, me too. I just want to make sure. I'm anti-chalk this
I mean,
week.
I'll be honest. I wouldn't mind playing 2 tight ends this week.
I think there's a road we go.
So, Komet got 5 targets, 2 touchdowns, 79 yards.
Can't argue with that.
I mean, that's good. I still think that Otten's a better option, even if he is.
He's a lot more.
He's $1,200 cheaper.
He is $1,200 cheaper, and he'll be 20% more owned.
Yeah, but if he's 3,500 and he does it, and you don't have a piece of it, you're done.
I'm fine with putting Otten in. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of show time
But
arguing between Otten and Commit. I to be honest, I like Otten as a good. I'm not going to tell you I don't think Otten's a good play.
I don't hate Komet. I just really liked Otten this week.
Yeah, I can live with Otten. Julio, do you have? Let's see. Let's put Otten in.
No,
We'll
it's
see
fine. I'll go with Otten. Like I just would like to run Caleb back with somebody. So
Yeah.
I got
no,
more.
that
I
makes
put
sense.
more in. The question is, do we have a run back? Do we need a run back with Washington? I agree. I
Nope.
agree. I wouldn't mind correlating a little bit of Otten. I think Drake London's a good play if we want to look at him. I think he's a consistent 18 to 20 points each week.
Yeah, it's a safe floor.
here's
It
the
feels
thing.
like.
Here's the thing. I do think that there's supreme value at wide receiver that we should probably tap into.
I agree. I think if we wanted to, we can play any running back we want.
Right.
Because
So, out of the wide receivers that were cheap, like Tillman.
I like
and-
Tillman.
I like Tillman.
Tillman's the
most?
one I like.
I like Tillman.
I think McMillan's going to be a lot more highly owned, and I think Tillman's in a better spot. I mean, he got 12 targets last week. They should be down by 3 touchdowns most of this game.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
He's 3,300.
I don't see. Plus, we got Jameis, who just. I mean, if nothing else, he's going to put some air yards.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And even if the game's out of reach, I feel like Tillman's still going to be out there
I
playing.
think being out of the reach gives Tillman. They're not going to take Tillman off. They don't have.
Yeah.
They don't have receivers to just throw in right now. So, I like Tillman. I think that's a good. To me, like I said, there's going to be a lot of McMillan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we know that there's going to be a lot of McConkey at 5K. I'm not. That I still don't understand.
Yeah, I
that
still
play.
think Otten's going to be the dude. I feel like he'll definitely get more targets than any of the Tampa Bay wide receivers.
So let's talk defense. We usually by now have put a defense in.
I'd like to just go Broncos.
I can.
And then if we need more money, we can switch it.
I like Chargers. That's personally, I think Spencer Rattler's good for a pick six. But I don't mind Broncos either. I mean, what are they averaging? Like 13 fantasy points every time they play?
Yeah, it's pretty high. Let me see here. Last week they got 20. The week before that they got 3, but they were playing the Chargers.
They're averaging 11, 12 points a game. I mean,
Yeah.
And they're playing
16, 11, 15, 6, 10.
What do you think, Juice? I know you don't like paying that much for defense generally. I
mean,
can't argue because the Chargers are.
I don't know why we're going against Chicago. I just don't. I mean, 2,700. I know you said Mariota's not really a turnover machine, but he can be. He can be. And what happens if Mariota
So I've never.
gets
I can
banged up?
honestly say I've never played it. We talked about super stacks earlier. I've never played a defense with with a stack.
Mm-hmm.
I like Chicago. They're another team that's averaging double digits every time they touch the field.
I just like their price. I mean, like $2,400 against a backup quarterback. I mean,
Saving 1,300.
2,700. I'm sorry. I mean,
So it saves you a
1,000. Let's do this. Let's put Chicago in if we have leftover. If you decide you just love your defense, I have no objection to either defense. Any of the defenses we talked about. So.
No, I'm fine with just going to Chicago, and if it fits in, then I'll switch it.
So we got some real pay up spots here. Who do we want to pay up for?
You guys were saying you want to pay up for running backs, right?
I mean, we've got a flex spot. We got 2 running back spots.
Should we fill the flex spot with some more value and then see what we can get?
I don't know that we need to.
I mean, we can do whatever you want.
It depends on what running back. Like, just what's your 2 favorite running backs this week, regardless of price?
Mixon.
Mixon's pretty chalky.
That's the only.
But I can see it. I mean, I don't.
But he's my favorite. If I had to pick for my life, I'm picking Mixon to score the most fantasy points. I think Barkley's in a smash spot, but.
So if we did both of them, we have 4,900 for the flex.
I mean, if we did Barkley, Henry, or
Barkley and Mixon.
What about? It's hard not to play King Henry though. I mean, he's looked unbelievable.
I love Kareem Hunt this week again. I want to go right back to him at 6,300. I think he's just they're going to feature him a lot right now.
They just and
when they're at the goal line, they are giving him the ball.
This is the time of year that they start relying on the running back. They go through these like cycles.
So Kareem Hunt and Joe Mixon, or
who's your favorite? Barkley. I'm willing to listen. Henry, Barkley, Mixon, Walker the third. I like all of them. Kamara just got labeled as healthy. I think Taylor's back playing this week. Gibbs has looked awesome. Breece Hall, everybody's playing.
I mean, I like Joe Mixon a lot. His volume's been insane.
It has been insane. He's averaging 28 points, right, when he plays?
He got 29 point. Let's see here. To be exact, it was 29.4 last week and then 30.2 the week before.
What do you think, Juice? Do you like him better than you?
I'm sorry, who'd you say?
Mixon.
I do like Mixon. I don't mind Saquon either.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I think Cincinnati's run defense is just not good.
It's just I think there's going to be points in that game.
Can we play them both?
We can't play them both.
We're close,
but we are.
We're not that close.
1,000. Never mind, we're not that close. We're not close at all.
I thought we were close.
I'd love to be able to play like Saquon and run it back with like T. Higgins or something.
I was just gonna say, if we could get Higgins in the lineup with Barkley, I think that would be genius.
I also kind of like Breece Hall. He just looks like he's back.
I do like Breece Hall. We only have.
He had 9 targets last week.
He's another one that I think ownership percentage could be in the 35-40% range.
You think so?
In Rays League.
In Rays League?
Yeah, there's a lot of people. The chalk gets played in Rays League.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. He is the number one projected guy. You're right. I forgot about that. Okay, so we have Kareem Hunt. So we have $7,300 left, according to my stuff. Is that right?
Oh, so tell me who you have in.
I have Williams, Hunt, Tyreek, DJ Moore, Tillman, Otten, and then the Bears defense.
Yes. I like Barkley Higgins, but we're going to have to lose $200 somewhere if we do.
Yeah, I don't love the $8,300 on Barkley.
Okay.
He almost has to get 30 points to pay that off. That's a lot. I like Mixon. I'm going to say Mixon again.
You guys don't like King Henry?
I do like King Henry.
I do, but he's only $200 cheaper against Cleveland.
But Cleveland's defense has not been anything that we need to worry about.
I don't know if that's a smash spot for Henry.
No, the price tag is big. I agree.
If we went to Joe Mixon, we'd have $6,900 for the flex.
Kenneth Walker III is another one that looked.
Or instead of Joe Mixon, we could go to Josh Jacobs
Buffalo's been terrible against the run.
against Jacksonville.
And they got DK being out. I think that's what I'm kind of leaning Walker.
Walker?
He's kind of in a smash spot. I mean, Buffalo's been atrocious against the run.
Do you think they'll be able to? Do you think they'll be able to move the ball effectively without Metcalf?
I mean, they pass it like 60 times a game,
I know.
and Walker's going to get 5 to 7 targets off that, right? With Metcalf being out, I think he's going to eat some more targets. I don't know.
No, I mean,
it's a tough price. If he
you.
was 6,800, I would say we definitely have to play him, right?
We could also do Josh Jacobs at 6,600.
I'm not opposed to that either. We have no Green Bay in this lineup, which is kind of odd since they're one of the higher implied totals.
I feel like they're going to be outscoring him, and Josh Jacobs is going to get lots of volume.
Okay, let's go with him.
You like it?
I think the last time that happened, Josh Jacobs got like 32 rushing attempts.
Shit, we almost can play Barkley. We can almost play Henry with Jacobs.
Yep, we can play. Oh man, yeah,
We're right there.
we're 300. Is there a defense?
You can also play Walker.
I'm with it. Let's go Walker. I like Walker. I like that. I don't think he's going to be highly. I'm willing to make a bet Walker outscores Henry, and it's because I think they're going to pass to him 5 to 7 times this week. If anybody wants that, Jared, I'm trying to get some action.
I'll take it, and then that'll do. It's 3 bets again.
Okay, so Henry versus Walker, just in straight fantasy points.
Yeah,
Okay,
Henry
I think I'm a little bit of favorite there.
versus Walker.
I'd like to see the projections on that.
All right, I got
What do
it
you
down.
want to see? What do you want to hear?
The projections on where they're projecting Henry versus Walker.
I can tell you right now.
So we finished the lineup. Let me run it down. Williams, Hunt, Jacobs, Hill, Moore, Tillman, Otten, Walker III, Bears D.
And then do you want me to repeat our bets for this week?
Yes, please.
We got
For the
Tyreek Hill
fans.
over 50% owned in Rays League. That's for you.
Okay.
If it's under 50, I win.
At 49.9, you win.
Our second bet, that is 2 to 1. I bet $10. You're betting $20.
And the world's in on it.
And everybody would go in on it, keeping my bet at $10. Bo Nix is going to run over 100 yards.
Okay.
And that's going to be the most satisfying one to win. That one right there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I'm just gonna have to give it to you. We're gonna have to just eat. We're gonna find an eat it button, right? I'm just gonna eat it.
This wouldn't be the first time that I said something ridiculous. And
Hey, no, I have to admit, every time I disagree, yes, you have a good track record. So I would advise people play some Bo Nix this week because
The Jared insertions are a real thing.
they are.
Yeah, the first one, the farthest one I can remember is when I said we should play.
I can't wait to see how he squeezes Bo Nix in this lineup.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait when everything goes live and we
To
reveal
see
the
where-
lineups. Bo Nix is all of a sudden in the lineup.
It could happen.
I have a real sneaking feeling.
I think the likelihood of could and will is pretty good.
I'm just wondering where you're going to pay up because it's going to be hard.
It will. And then our next one is Henry versus Walker. I've got Henry. You've got Walker.
So
Just
you
straight
wanted
fantasy
to know the
points.
projections on both of those?
Yes,
guys?
I would
Okay.
love to know the projection.
So Derrick Henry is projected at 17.22 fantasy points,
okay.
and Walker is 18.59.
Ooh.
I thought it's the pass. It's the receiver.
You've got the edge.
You know who's projected a little bit higher?
Who's
Barkley.
Alvin Kamara at 18.9.
that? Really?
Yeah.
What about Barkley?
Barkley is 18.59.
It's a tough week to pick.
Brees Hall is 23.0.
Because you have the ability to almost
Brees Hall is 23.
Yeah.
People are high on him. Yeah, he's number one. Like
It's a smash spot.
Joe
for Brees.
Mixon is 20.58.
It's a smash spot for Joe Mixon.
Javonte, our boy, is 17.
There's a lot of good running back plays.
Yeah.
It's tough. I think. Obviously, the winner is going to come from who picks the three best.
I think in like a bigger field lineup or tournament, I might throw a little Achane in there with.
That's another
Tyreek.
good one. That's another good play. If I was playing Miami, I'm probably playing Achane over my Tyreek Hill. I just think his floor is unbelievably high.
I don't disagree.
So.
But yeah, there are a lot of good running back plays this week.
Toby gave us the Walker's projected slightly higher than Henry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Agreed.
Toby, who's your favorite running back play of the week out of any of them? But the expensive ones are going to be hard. I mean, there's so many good ones from 6,000 up, basically.
And there's a lot of value at wide receiver.
So you can play anyone. So you can play any running back you want, basically. Play chalk wide receivers, and it's going to be who picks makes the three best picks. And man, there's a lot to pick from. Because I'm really surprised we don't have Mixon in our lineup. Because I thought I would force feed that, but there's just so many good running back plays.
He's been really good this year too when he's played. Mixon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just seems like with Nico out, they just run a lot of the offense through.
And
him.
they're at home. They should be winning, so the game script favors him, I think.
Okay, so let's play this game. For our team, we picked Hunt, Jacobs, and Walker. Juice, give me your three running backs.
That are gonna score the most this week.
Yeah, or if you were building a random lineup, give me. I'll start, and you think of three while I'll start. I'm going. My favorite three right now are Walker, Mixon, Barkley. I'm not going out on a limb on that, but so.
Walker, Mixon, Barkley.
So I left out King.
I'll do Mixon, Jacobs, and then the Denver running back
Williams.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna go Jahmyr Gibbs.
Okay. I like Gibbs.
Ooh, I like Gibbs too.
Yeah, I mean that's another one we didn't even talk about. And Montgomery's a
Yeah.
good play too.
Yeah, I think Montgomery's been a little bit banged up, so I think they might ease him in a little bit.
Yeah.
That's why I like Jahmyr Gibbs a little bit more. I do like the running back from Kansas City,
Hunt.
Hunt.
Yeah, I watched that game and they're like inside the red zone. They're forcing him the ball.
I think that's the key to winning this slate. It's picking the three because I think Hill's going to be in everybody's lineup. I think Tillman's going to be in everybody's lineup. I think McMillan's going to be in everybody's lineup. I think Otten's going to be in a lot of lineups. It's going to be picking this quarterback and the three running backs. You go with it.
And then I'm going to go with one of Jared's favorite guys, Bjorn Robinson.
Another one we haven't talked about.
I think he's
another good spot for
They're
him.
going to be up in this game, which I think is going to favor him. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I
And
like
he's
him a
coming
lot.
on. I think it's the season of the running back we're getting into, right?
Yeah.
November. We're we didn't even mention Bijan the whole show, and I think Bijan's in a good spot. There's a lot of running. That's the key to this slate. We undetect. Got it. What are you smiling about?
Toby said, "Did he say Denver's running back Bo Nix?"
Maybe.
That's his favorite running back play of the week. That's your favorite. Okay. Let's do favorite play of the slate. No matter the price. Give me a value play if you want to give me a value play. Give me some top shelf if you want to give me top shelf. Jared, lead us off.
I gotta say my favorite play is probably Bo Nix.
I mean, you're not hard.
What do we want to bet that Bo Nix is in the lineup?
I already said. I'm interested to see when the cards turn over who Bo Nix is paired with and
Yeah.
who's he playing with.
We'll see.
So I like it. He's a good play this week.
If we went down from Caleb Williams, we could fit in old Mixon.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see. We'll see what. We're excited to see what you come up with.
I have a feeling I know what's going to happen.
I'm gonna go with Mixon. I just think the offense is running through him. I think Nico. Actually, I'm scrape that. You know what? I'm giving 2. If you guys reject, I think it's a tie. Mixon and Walker. I think both offenses are going to run through them. I project both of them get somewhere between 5 and 7 receptions. So I think it's a tie for me. Juice.
I'm going to go off the board. We've talked a lot about running back. I'm going to go with A.J. Brown this week as my monster.
Wow, not even mentioned a whole show. Wow. I mean, did he get mentioned at all?
I don't think so.
I just like that game.
I do too. I do too.
I think
that's a good game that we haven't talked. That's Cincinnati, the Eagles, right?
Yes.
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 That's an over 60 game. I really believe that.
I mean, I think it's going to be a shootout. Both these teams have to win this game, in my opinion.
I agree with that. I like that. You like Higgins or you like Chase?
I like the price on Higgins. I mean, I always like Chase, but I like the price on Higgins. I just think it's going to be a back and forth, man. I think both these teams are going to
I've
come
heard
out
good
and
things
play.
about Chase Brown this week as a play, too. Eagles can't stop the run much. And then, like we said, it's easy to run that game back. There's just plays on both sides. Play.
And we can afford these plays because there's a lot of value out there.
Yeah.
We never got Toby's favorite running back play, but we did get some good jokes, so which I like. Toby, if you're in the next few seconds want to throw out your favorite play of the slate or your favorite running back, we'll be interested. I'll stall for a minute. Other thoughts as we conclude this wonderful show? It's been a good show. We've had good shows. Do we want to take a round of applause for the computer again?
That would be Jared. That would be Jared.
Yeah.
Good job, Jared.
Got it working. I can't wait till OU brings in a quarterback we can name this computer after.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what I'm excited about.
Is taking
College football game this week.
picking Old Miss to win by 21
No,
tomorrow.
I've moved on from that.
I've got a 6-1 bet that OU gets shut out tomorrow.
Ooh,
Oh, really?
I mean, it's not a terrible bet.
it's not terrible. Kansas State.
Ooh, I like that game. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Sneaky. Kansas kind of finally woke up last
You know,
week.
it's Kansas has not gotten on TV much this year.
It's on ESPN too.
But I mean, I'm saying that one will be. But
Yeah.
I haven't seen much Kansas. I like Kansas State's team. They have a pretty solid
I agree.
team.
I just think this could turn our season around, sort of.
They've had a good season. They've had good players on their team. You playing any CFB 25?
I played a little bit, but Christian's really into it.
Yeah, that game's so cool. I love that game.
It's really cool.
We're you're about a week away
From what?
being in.
Oh, nice.
I'm hoping to get some. Yeah, we're hoping to get
Nice.
you in the game. I announced to the dynasty that I'm thinking you're going to be. You need to start thinking about whether you want to be Auburn, Kentucky, or Missouri.
I'll have to
Don't be
see
Missouri.
what they're rated.
I think Auburn's going to be your best bet. Auburn has had good recruiting classes because we're third season in. So
Okay.
yeah, so you're picking up. Anyway, any other thoughts?
Yeah, I just want to make you guys feel worse about your bet real quick. Bo Nix 2 weeks ago got 61 rushing yards, and
61.
then
Wow.
last week
It's like
last week he got 75.
He's 3/4 of the way there.
He's building
He's
up.
Career high
3/4 of the
rushing.
way there.
It sounds
This week he's probably going to shoot up past that 100 mark.
Okay, I like it. I mean, so I gave you 2-1. You should probably be giving me 2-1. You're so
It's
confident.
too late. It's already locked in.
Okay, Toby, I'm giving up. What did he say? What do we got for Toby? Good bet. He said a lot here. So
Hold on, I'll tell you.
hunt for the money. Okay, I like it. Good value.
Don't see him getting vultured. I agree. Gets
Yep.
receptions as well.
Yeah, he likes Juice and Toby both like.
I love it when we're in lockstep, Toby. That makes me feel good.
It's a
I
good
might-
matchup.
I might hit the lock button now.
That's a good. Yeah, I like Hunt. Now I like Hunt more now that you both like him. So he's in our lineup for now, Toby. But I don't know if he's going to pair
Well,
well.
he's in the show lineup for now.
If he pairs with Bo Nix or not, we'll see.
I'll probably stay.
I enjoyed this show. Had a good time. You guys. Mike, we miss you. If you're watching, let's shout out to Mike.
Yeah, he's at a work thing. He's not watching.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
busy. Sorry.
He's working at Cash Again, the convenience store.
This goes for so long. If you let it.
I love that.
Anyway, thank you, Toby, for exactly producing. Thank you for the information. Thank you for being in the chat. Josh, you win the award of being the best chat of the day. And hopefully next week, we're hoping Friday, being consistent on Fridays, we'll get more
I
chat.
have one more thing to say.
Okay?
Yep.
So tonight, I skipped going to an exhibition game in Fayetteville between the Arkansas Razorbacks and the Kansas Jayhawks
Wow, that's
in
a big-
college basketball.
That's a big ask.
Oh.
That's a big ask for you.
So I skipped.
I would assume that would have been the invite on that. So
Yeah, I
we
mean, but-
we kind of skipped because
Yeah.
I assume I would have been
Yeah.
going too. So
Yes. But the exhibition game,
that's cool.
yeah, pretty cool.
How is the Jayhawks look going in this year?
Preseason number 1.
Oh wow.
But we were preseason number 1 last year, and we saw how that turned out. So I'm not putting a lot of stock in that.
Any of the OU, OSU supposed to be doing any good this year?
I think OU
When you
should be okay.
Yeah, when your coach is calling your team scrappy, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
never a good sign, right? I'm not usually betting on the scrappy.
This
team.
is a put up or shut up year for Bill Self, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm good. Well, I root for the Jayhawks. Okay, Jared, anything? You
No.
got any final thoughts? Toby?
No more thoughts.
I'm surprised you didn't go with Walker the third, Toby, but Hunt's a pretty decent pick. Okay, let's get out. You guys ready to get out of here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. We'll see you next week, right? Next week, same place, same time. Everybody good for next week?
Same
good.
place, same
Okay.
time.